All right, whenever y'all are ready, fire away for Coach Perry.
Coach, what does Reese Burkhardt add to the specialist room, and why did y'all bring him in?
Kickoffs are so big. I think last year we were coverage-wise, we were like not in the country, and you got to be able to get a guy that is this conference people scoring, and the way we score, we're going to cover a lot of kicks, and so me and Scoob scoured the country looking for guys last year that would fit into what we did, and then obviously with the year Trey had, we needed to get somebody in to push Gino. And that's what he's done. Reese has played a lot of football at Alabama Birmingham, so we need a guy to kick the ball in the end zone.
Coach, what are some of the things that you're seeing from, I guess, guys like Anquan Willis and Jamari Davis behind Taj?
Taj and Cam, last year we had a great 1-2 with Sir Roderick and Taj, and so we needed that speed guy. Cameron's had a great, he's had a great year. He's totally changed his life, his body, everything, his education, everything that he needed to do, he's done for this team. And so, now we got to find that third guy. Last year, with Nehemiah and XY, the guys that played running back, we've got depth. We can move guys, but we want to have a true third guy. So between Bryson Donnell and Anquan and Jamari, he got here a little late. He's got a ways to go, but Anquan's doing a lot of good things. He's got a head that's the size of a Rottweiler, so that kind of helps too.
What are some of the things that you could see Taj maybe taking another step with maybe an expected jump carries?
You know what? He's been very productive. But the thing Taj does is he's such a great pass protector. That's the hardest thing in college because you're recruiting high school running backs that are used to running and scoring. When you get to college, you got to protect in this offense, or you can't play. And so he's such a great protection. Then he can run. He's got great hands out of the backfield, and he's become such a great leader because he's been here for 4 years now. So he's doing a lot of great things that's going to help take us over the edge.
And kind of on the other side of the kickoffs, who do you see? I know we got a long ways to go at this point.
You know what? Today was really, we've been doing, we've been working. Today was the first day we've actually kicked off. But like I said, we brought Reese in here because we know he's got a big leg, and it's his job too. But he's going to compete with Gino, whoever. That's what I said today. We chart every day. So whoever's going to, has the best stats, that's going to be our kicker opening day.
And who do you see kind of returning kicks and maybe punts at this point?
Dre McCray, obviously, he's a new guy. He's a fast guy. He's returned kicks. A healthy Miles Price is going to be big for us. And we've got to do a better job. I've got to do a better job as a coach of getting him free. So we've worked a lot of stuff like today. If you watched, we kind of got after it up front for a long period. We got to get better on line of scrimmage too. That's how you become great. Have great kick returners. But this place has had a history of some great ones going all the way back to Tyrone Thurman. So we've got to start doing a better job of developing those guys. And that's my job. I've been trying to get that done. So that's on me.
Speaking of up front, how has the offensive line been able to give you a complete different look than what they had last year?
Last year we had to make a lot of guys miss, which that's our job. We got to make the first guy miss. This year we've got a lot more running lanes. We're physical, and I think our guys are seeing that. And I think confidence-wise, it helps you when you're going to have where the hole's supposed to be at, per se. Coach Hamdy's got those guys playing at another level. It's year two. That's kind of what happens in programs. You get better and better, but those guys they're physical because they're going against probably one of the best defensive lines that they're going to go against all year. So they're seeing that every day.
How has Taj stepped up from last year to this year?
He's definitely a better leader. Taj is kind of that guy, people say, well, he leads by example. Well, you know what, I don't believe in that. I want Taj to lead by example and be more vocal because you got to have people that, step up and say things when it's in hard situations. So he's definitely done that. His weight's great. He's at 225. He's quick. He's fast. And like I said, the most important thing, he's become more of a vocal leader.
And who's the one player in coverage that has stepped up that you didn't expect that has shown you something different this year?
Cam Watts last year, he's a kid that, he's been here for a while. Terrell Owens was great last year. He's probably one of the best in the country. But, Cam Watts has done some things. And then, Dingle, new guy this year, he's like a rabid Wolverine. It's fun to watch him because he can run. He ran, for some track last year. So he's going to be a guy that we're going to expect to do some things as well. Those young guys kind of surprised. And then those, Chapman Lewis, those guys are, been great. Brendan Jordan, all of our young guys, we're expecting. Marcus Ramon Edwards is another one, local kid that, he's got the body. He can play for us 4 games and then see what happens. So it's exciting to have all those, new tools.
Coach, what are you expecting out of this scrimmage on Saturday, y'all's first scrimmage? What do you hope to see?
You know, obviously the main thing that what coaches, the whole brand that we follow, our kids follow it every day. You just want them to, make sure that that's what it's all about. That we're playing, that we're playing hard. I mean, that's kind of the first thing. We're good teammates playing for each other, but we don't kind of trip things up. This is the brand, and that's what we do. That's what we're supposed to do. I mean, if you go outside of that, then I don't know what's the point of having the brand,
Kenny, what kind of numbers do you have on Gino from spring and the first week?
Last year at this time, it was, I think you remember I went into the season, I think I told you guys that both those guys were at 90%. He's been a little bit higher than 90%. This spring he was at 83%, where last spring he was at 90 going in. But this camp so far, he hasn't missed any kicks. So that's kind of, we're putting pressure. But the other part of that is, it's helping because, we've got a kicking competition. You got to have that. I think that's what helped Trey is, Trey had confidence knowing going in that if he missed a kick, there was someone, right on his tail. And that's kind of where Gino is right now, because Gino's played a lot of football, which is good for us. So, we got two kickers, him and Reese, that have played football, and they're kind of competing against each other.
Coach, what progression have you seen from the start of fall camp until now?
You know what? These guys have come in like I honestly can't tell a difference. The only thing that's different is when you're in shorts and jersey, you can't tell nothing, and I hate that. I wish we changed that rule. Just let us go into pads and get after it. But these kids have practiced at a high level. I say kids, these men have practiced at a high level, and I think our coach, it starts with Coach McGuire. He's demanding of this is what we're going to do. We're not going to practice any different. So he's come in and said we're going to practice hard, we're going to practice fast, and then we're going to get off the field. We've done that, every day so far. So it's a compliment to obviously our coaches and our players.
Got time for one or two more.
Coach, first full day of pads, what did you think overall?
I thought there was a lot of. I thought we were physical. Obviously, when you put pads on, you want to see guys hit and get off blocks defensively, and offensively, you want to stay on blocks, and then you got to make somebody miss to get the tough yards. And I think it's a great deal. Today was our short yardage day, so we had situations where it was third and 1, 3rd and 2. We got stopped, and then we got some yards. Obviously on 4th and 1, we made the first down. A couple of third downs we made, but we've got to be consistent offensively. Coach Kitley, the Wizard, we've got some great plays. I mean. Our guys just got to execute. Today it was more about execution than it was anything. We went hard. We practiced hard. We just didn't execute all the way through.
Coach, Taj is on that Doak Walker watch list.
Yeah.
What do you expect him to end up with at the end of this season?
Well, me and Dowdy are every week we're going to meet because I think the whole country, I've said it in my tweet today, they're going to find out what Taj Brooks is being on that award list, because he is a phenomenal kid, comes from a great family, and he is. If there's more of a deserving guy, teammate, the way he plays, I'm going to be on my platform. There's probably going to be media that's going to hate me because I think that kid deserves all the recognition, what he's done for this university, and what I think he's going to do this year. I think Matt will tell you we're going to be behind him 100%. And he deserves that.
Kenny, I apologize.
You're good.
I didn't make time to watch it yet, but how did you feel about your experience down at coaching school?
Yeah.
A month ago, did they followed you around?
Oh yeah, I think they needed, obviously Dave Campbell's needed some space covered, so they just said, hey, listen, we're going to coaching school. They had a new hire. They said, who's the newest guy we got on staff that can waste time with Coach Perry? So it was Carter Yates. It was his first assignment down at coaching school, and the bad part is, I've been coaching this is my 32nd year now going in, and so I know best about everybody. The best part was a lot of those old guys that have either retired or died. He got to meet all the new guys. He just walked around with me, and he was kind of amazed that you can know that many people. And I think it gave him something to write about. We had fun though. It was good for him, kind of meet people. We met people from all over the state and kind of learned what it was to be a college coach at a Texas high school convention.
All right.
That's good. Thank you
Yep.
guys.
Thanks,
Appreciate y'all.